Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. You know this 99 Toyota 4Runner 4-wheel drive with super low miles. I believe it has right now 125,000 miles on the clock. This 4Runner is big star on this YouTube channel. We filmed a bunch of stuff and the owner decided to make it even better. He bought himself, watching the content on YouTube forums and so on, he bought himself the set from Energy Suspension for the rack and pinion. So that's one thing. I'm hoping he researched it correctly and he's giving me the right stuff. So energysuspension.com for 99 4Runner 4-wheel drive. I filmed that in past on this channel, so we will not do that, and we will do something new, which I didn't. Some of you will say, hey, my sway bar front, sway bar end links bushings are horrible. I don't want to go with some normal aftermarket like AutoZone, Napa or O'Reilly. I want to use the performance polyurethane stuff. This is another item for this 99 4Runner. So let's go and see how difficult it is to replace these. And these parts, the sway bar end links, that's all exposed always to the lot of dust, dirt, water, moisture and so on. So I immediately started with using a steel brush. On this area I will be removing this nut and applying immediately that PB Blaster penetrating catalyst to make sure the whole job goes easy. Obviously the same on the other side. And there's no space for me to work and for you, for the camcorder to be here. So in order to protect the bottom part of the sway bar handling, I'm going to hold the sway bar with this 14mm open end wrench, and on top is already 14mm socket. So this is the way I will loosen it and remove it. And if you do all this preparation work, it should go easy. So this is just 3/8 long ratchet, and I'm holding the bottom with the 14mm as I explained, and this is nicely coming off. Nice, the nut is off. Since you can't see inside, there's no space here, you have the view of the part. The sway bar didn't fly all the way up or anything. It's nicely sitting here ready to be removed. So hopefully I can show it. That's that upper spacer washer, and these are the rubber parts which we will be replacing with these red polyurethane. Let's continue with removal or loosening the bolts. I brought the light. This is way too dark, so on both sides you can see these are the main bushings of that sway bar. These ones are in good shape, but it's a part of the kit, so it doesn't matter. We will be replacing them too. I'm very lucky here because these areas normally are filled with sand, dirt, mud, depending how the owner is using it. This was very easy today to clean for me. Can you see these nuts maybe here? Yeah, I'm trying my best. There's exhaust in the way. So it was easy, and I'm soaking it with that penetrating oil. As you can see, it's dripping here. The same applies to these. They're only 12mm, they are small. You don't want to make mistake of stripping those little heads. Here you can see the bracket is out, and the way it was positioned, this is the front, towards to the front of vehicle, so there is a stud and a nut, and towards to the back there was this long bolt. This is what you see after the bracket is removed from here. So the bushing is still on. You can spin it around and you can see that opening. Hopefully you can see it. So you understand that it can be removed easily this way, and we will be ready to install the new one. So first, of course, I will continue right here. And here you can see that it's totally fine to leave that last bolt on that second bracket, steel bracket, leave it halfway out. That already gives you a chance to move this whole sway bar wherever you want. Here you can see the whole sway bar in the detail. Here are these protrusions, and here is the detail how this mount, the rubber bushing, excuse me, was oriented in that bracket. So that cut, the opening, it's always towards to the front of the vehicle. This is how you pull it off, and we will be installing a new one exactly the same way. So I just finished installing those bushings on the rack. So it's this, and this area. So that's perfectly ready. So we should continue, we should resume on our work. So we still have one of the old bushings in the place. Of course, I'm cleaning this with the wire brush, with the steel brushes, because I'm preparing it for the new bushings. So I don't want to have that old rust and everything left there. Do you see how that bushing is squeezed? How damaged it is completely right here. Look right here, this is some kind of rust damage, unfortunately. As I said, I will clean it as much as I can. There could be different things done. Don't judge me. I'm hired to install the parts. I disclosed it to you in the beginning. This is an odd job when the customer supplies parts and I just do what they ask. A little bit of cleaning using file will never be bad. Just hope this dust is not getting in my lens. Oh yeah, this is way better. In the package there was such a little squeeze with some kind of loop. It doesn't say what it is, but I will put it on it. It will definitely slow down. I don't want to put it on the thread, but on the shaft it will slow down the rust. Now the bushing has a flat top and slightly taken sides off. That goes down. So let's see how easy. All right. I just want to show you how it goes in the real life, obviously. Oh yeah, so that was pretty cool. I will do the same on the other side. That I have it correctly, which is actually not the way I want it. I want to have these openings the other way, towards to the front, both of them. So I redid it, boom, and I'm ready to put it up. I hope from there you will be able to see what I'm doing. Basically, it has these openings for the sway bar, so you don't even need to have these brackets here yet, because as you can see, it's hanging nicely on those. I have a subscriber borrowing one of my scanners, so
Hey, so
You are in the video. Tell us what you're doing.
I cleared the code.
Yeah. What do you own? They don't know.
This is a 2007 Scion TC
Oh, nice.
that
Yeah.
Peter's allowed me to share with you guys.
Yeah,
And
yeah. We were just scanning the computer. There was a coil, right? And what did you do? Did it work?
It did work. I cleared the code, yes. And it's kind of frustrating because this is an aftermarket coil that's maybe only a year or two old.
So it was from, well, let's not name the names, but it was not from Toyota. You did the same one approximately only 2 years ago. That's what you're saying?
That's right. And so now we got another
Aftermarket
one in. But
and let's hope for 3 years.
We'll keep it going. Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, thank you so much, Peter,
Absolutely.
for letting me use
My pleasure. Yeah, I will take that. And welcome to the YouTube.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Peter.
now you are the big star and not
right.
just subscriber.
That's right. Thank you again for all your work and for all your
Absolutely.
videos.
Yeah,
So.
thank you.
Okay, take care.
Yeah.
See ya.
Now I will go and just loosely install these. So again, I'm not putting it on this loop supplied. I'm not putting it on the thread. I'm putting it just on the shaft. And I will bring that top and the knot. And why I'm doing this is when I will start putting the bracket, it's just not fall apart completely immediately in that second. So I'm reusing those, what was that, 12 millimeters, those babies. And that's exactly as I said, just put it up there and barely, it's a 14 of course. And just barely turn it 1 or 2 turns so it holds everything. It will keep it here on the end blink and I can continue here with the bracket. The guy you just saw is a neighbor. He works in this industrial center for a different company. He's a super nice guy. So I don't know why he doesn't own scanner yet, but maybe he will in the future. So when he came, he's like, oh, I think I have a coil. I had it in the past. I think I have a misfire. I have check engine light. I think I have a misfire. Well, he knew it. Also, I have a light set up so you can see, but it's going directly in my face. I don't see much. I did this one only halfway because now I will move on the other side and I still want to have some play there, some play to work on it. And here I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to catch that knot on that stud. So I start with that, which must be completely in your way, but that's the way it is. And here comes the bolt from above that needs to be connected again. And now it's the time to start paying attention to that sway bar. It's perfectly in the center. So it's still moving. So you need to keep watching that you have it in the same position. The whole sway bar and the brackets are nicely in the place. So let's go finish with those end links. Now we will be fighting for the space, both of us, but I will try to show it to you. So basically now I'm going with the top. The top nuts are self-locking. I'm surprised it wasn't supplied as a new self-locking nut. They will be fine. You can put a blue thread locker on it, and basically it's always good to remember in what position that top nut was. The bolt or the shaft, it's starting showing up, I can see squishing in these red parts, so I will go a little bit more, but actually that's where I will be ending. So somewhere I will say 4 to 5 millimeters from the top, I feel this is fine and correctly installed. I will do the same on the other side. So I hope you enjoy this video, you find it helpful, and please be subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.